Hello and welcome to Frontrunner Motorsport, as the week celebrating reaching 500 subscribers continues with another video about the Superstars International Series. This time looking at every single former Formula 1 driver who raced in the series between its inception in 2004 to its death in 2014. Want to help me get to 1000 subscribers? Then hit that red button today, and with that, let's begin.
Welcome to Frontrunner Motorsport.
Domenico Schiattarella, also known as Mimo, which I presume is Italian slang for not well hung. Domenico didn't have much of a Formula 1 career, only competing in 6 races for Pacific in 1994 and 1995. With a best finish of 9th in Argentina, he is actually one of the better drivers to race for Pacific. He also raced in the kart series in America and did just about as well. He first raced in the International Superstars series in 2010, but made a better job of it in 2013 and 2014 for Solaris Motorsport in a Chevrolet Lumina, getting 4 podiums from 4 races in 2014, and since then he has pretty much retired from motorsport.
Arturo Merzario. The Italian was 64 when he had a single race in the 2007 Superstars series, a classic Formula 1 driver who had a sporadic career in the 1970s, scoring a few points for Ferrari and Frank Williams before racing for smaller outfits such as Walter Wolf and March, even entering his own team to little success between 1977 and 1979. He retired from his only race at Monza in 2011 for Lanza Motorsport in a BMW M5. He enters the odd race here and there, but he is now 78 years old. It's time to get the slippers and the pipe out and relax a little bit. Pierluigi Martini. Minardi's main man at the beginning of their long run in Formula 1, Pierluigi Martini was their first driver back in 1985. He scored the team's first F1 points in 1988 and entered over 100 races for the Italian team by the time he left in 1995. The Italian also won the 24 Hours of Le Mans in 1999 in a BMW and is a legend of motorsport. He would enter the full 2009 Superstars series for classic race team Zack Speed in a Chrysler 300C. He would take 3 wins and finish 5th in the Italian series, but only 10th in the international standings. Martini retired from racing after 2009, but will always be a legend of Italian motorsport. Andrea Chiesa. The Swiss driver did not have a successful Formula 1 career. In fact, he barely had a Formula 1 career at all. He entered 10 races in 1992 for Fond Metal, failed to qualify for 7 of them and retired from the other 3. His reputation is not enhanced by the fact he crashed out of all 3 Grand Prix he managed to start. Since 1992 he has only won 5 races in his career, all in the Italian GT Championship, which he was champion of in a Kessel Racing Ferrari 360 Modena GTC in 2004. He entered the majority of the 2009 Superstar Series in a Maserati Quattroporte, but would only ever finish in the lower end of the points and finish the International Series 20th. He'd only enter a few races in 2010 and 2011, scoring a podium at Monza, and has since retired from motorsport. Giancarlo Fisichella. The first driver on this list to have a successful Formula 1 career, at least on paper. Fisichella had 14 seasons in Formula 1 with Minardi, Jordan, Benetton, Sauber, Renault, Force India and Ferrari, taking 3 wins with a best 4th in the championship with Renault in 2006. His Formula 1 career ended after a superb drive at Spa for Force India in 2009 got him 2nd place in the race, which landed him a dream drive for Ferrari, replacing the hopeless Luca Badoer. He has done a lot of GT racing in the years since, even winning his class at Le Mans a couple of times. He only had a couple of races in the Superstars series in 2012, racing a Maserati at Vallelunga, finishing 8th and 11th. Johnny Herbert. Actually one of the stranger names on the list when you consider he's not Italian and hasn't done a whole lot of racing since he retired from Formula 1. Another 3-time race winner with Benetton and Stewart, Herbert retired after a disappointing 2000 with Jaguar. He has also won Le Mans with Mazda in 1991, so you know he's not a bad driver. After his Formula 1 career he raced pretty much anything he could get his hands on, from American Le Mans series to British touring cars to the Volkswagen Scirocco Cup. But he also raced in the Superstar series, starting in 2010 with Motorzone in a Chevrolet Lumina, finishing 7th overall and taking a win at Kyalami. In 2011 he raced for Romeo Ferraris in a Mercedes and moved up to 6th in the championship. He returned part-time in 2012 in a Maserati and got a couple of podiums, and since then has only had a few races in historics, whilst also working for Sky Sports F1. Christian Fittipaldi. One of the most underrated race drivers in history, Christian Fittipaldi was never given a chance to shine in Formula 1. He'd have a couple of seasons with Minardi and one with Footwork. Neither car able to let Christian Fittipaldi compete to the level of his father Emerson. He had a mildly successful kart career, scoring a fair few podiums and a win over 8 seasons. He's been a 2-time WeatherTech champion, has won the 24 Hours of Daytona 3 times, and has also raced in NASCAR and Stock Car Brazil. Like 4 other drivers on this list, he raced for Swiss team in a Maserati Quattroporte in 2012. Apparently, they had a type. Fittipaldi put in some good performances over his 4 races in the Superstars Series. Mika Salo. The Finn's time in the Superstars Series is almost identical to Christian Fittipaldi's. Raced for Swiss team in a Maserati in 2012. Like Christian, he had 4 races, and like Christian, he scored 30 points. They even have similar Formula 1 careers. Mika Salo is another underrated driver who raced for pudding-back markers like Lotus, Tyrrell, BAR, Toyota and Arrows. Actually, most of those are good teams, just not when Mika Salo was there. He did get a drive at Ferrari replacing an injured Michael Schumacher, and even gave up a win to help
Eddie Irvine's
title challenge, which he lost. I bet Salo sends him a bag of vomit every Christmas. Christian Klein. If you told me I could sign Christian Klein, Christian Fittipaldi or Mika Salo to race for my team, then I would quickly forget you mentioned the Austrian. But out of the 3, he was the one to take a win in the International Superstar Series with the Swiss team Maserati in 2012. He also had a couple of races for Scuderia Guidici in a BMW M3 in 2013. He's still going in various GT championships, as well as a part-time drive in DTM in a McLaren 720 GT3, and he is still a steady hand who can do a job. Vitantonio Liuzzi. Liuzzi's career never hit the high standards his early career set. The final international F3000 champion got a drive with Red Bull a few years too early, before moving to Force India a couple of years too early. His final year in Formula 1 in 2011 with HRT was a complete waste of time, and in 2012 he had moved to the International Superstar Series with Cal racing in a Mercedes. He took 2 wins and narrowly missed out on the championship, losing out to Johan Kristoffersson by just 4 points. In 2013 he moved to Romeo Ferraris, also in a Mercedes, and took 3 wins on his way to 3rd in the championship. Out of all the drivers on this list, you wouldn't expect Vitantonio Liuzzi to be one of the most successful, but he did a good job in the Superstars Series. Nicola Larini. One of the best touring car drivers of all time, Nicola Larini was a DTM and Italian touring car champion, with wins in the European and World Touring Car Championships as well. It is undoubtedly better than his many years in Formula 1 with Colony, Osella, Ligier and Modena Team Spa. He got a podium whilst on his second spell with Ferrari, standing in for Jean Alesi. He only entered a few Superstars races. In 2010 he raced for Rangoni Motorsport in a Mercedes, retired from one race and didn't get out to start the second. He didn't return until 2013 with Petricorsa in a Porsche Panamera S. With a 10th place finish, a retirement and 2 did not start. For all his touring car success, his time in International Superstars is best forgotten. In fact, it has been forgotten. Gianni Morbidelli. One of the best drivers in the series, the 2-time International Superstars Series champion, as well as 4 Campionato Italiano Superstars championships, Morbidelli really made a name for himself in this series. His touring car career started with a pretty mediocre season with Volvo in the British Touring Cars in 1998, but since then he has won races in the European, World Touring Cars and the TCR International Series. But his biggest success was in the International Superstars Series. He won the Italian side of the championship in 2007 and 2008 in an Audi RS4, but in 2009 he won both championships with Cal Racing in a BMW M3. He'd win both again in 2013 racing an Audi RS5 for Audi Sport Italia. In total he took 13 wins in the series and technically won 6 championships, by far the most successful driver on this list.
So that is all 12 former Formula 1 drivers who raced in the International Superstars Series.
We have a champion, a few race winners, midfield runners, and some who only made a couple of guest appearances. Still, some good drivers on this list, and Andrea Chiesa. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Remember to subscribe. Thank you to the 500 people who already have. Leave a like and a share. Thank you for watching, and have a good one.